A man reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere, rock bumwear, beach chair, write a book each year. You can write yourself out of your blessings, wreck your Lambo the first stages by driving too reckless. Time is too precious, these some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edges, ski on the slopes of life, slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's the sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Looking at real estate, brother, I need the asking price. Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach, but I'm already higher. I'm already on to the next thing. Peace and bless, King.
What is going on? What is going on, people? It is Monday. Shout out to Monday. What it takes. End of the month, February 27th, 2023. Let's get into it. Short show today. Let's see if I can do that. Sometimes I get rather verbose. Guys, remember Mondays? Man, I know last week it dropped the next day. My apologies. And I don't know what I should just do it. When I'm done, I think I'm just going to post it. Let's see how it goes. Because you guys love the earlier times, right? I could imagine. There's so much information at 9 o'clock may not necessarily work. So we can try different things. So Mondays, I'm dropping What It Takes, an episode of What It Takes, possibly 12:30, possibly 1 o'clock, something like that. Let's see what happens. Maybe 2. Let's see. And then, of course, Wednesdays, Tenacity Foundation. It starts with me. Check that out. Fridays, Community Beacon. That's how we end our week. And, of course, we have the male perspective that I'm doing over at Podcast Plus. Awesome, different shows. So we're recording that. Seems like we're back to recording. So check us out there. Let's get right into this, man. Let's talk about real estate market. They dropped the numbers for January. For those of you who don't know, they normally wait to calculate the numbers of the last month. We're always a month behind because we have to get all those numbers in. So as of January, we saw some interesting stuff, which I think it's really normal and customary for Florida. We're seeing less home sales, but I mean, like I said, it's January, but we're also seeing home sales going up, but we're not seeing that many homes being put on the market. And this was an excellent article that I decided to do. I mean, why not use it if they worded it correctly? So it says, why are home prices continuing to be high? They says there's a disconnect. The buyers want to offer lower contract offers, yet sellers still want to obtain higher than normal sale prices as they enjoyed last year, although mortgage interest rates near 7%. Yep, it's up to 6.5% as of last week. So what are the reasons for continued elevated sales? One of the reasons is sales prices because of low housing inventory. That's the big pusher. If there were more homes up for sale, people had to move, motivated sellers. We see lower home sales. We also see a lot of sellers that are willing to work with buyers because some people do have to sell and they don't mind giving out credits. Let's see. Housing market in general is at 2.9 supply, which is down from 3.3 months in November. Interesting. That's nationally. But locally, 4 months. Dade says it has 4 months of inventory. Broward 3.1. I checked Palm Beach's numbers. We're a little above 3 as well. So around 3.1, 3.3. For a stabilized market, it needs to be 6 months. So it's still a seller's market. However, it's not 20 days, 30 days like it was last year around this time. Report like Broward County. Let me pause because when I started back in my day, people were waiting about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months to sell their homes. So right now, let's say you wanted to have your home sold by the summertime. Chances are you can do that. Chances are you're going to contract within 30 days. If it's priced correctly, 2 weeks. As a result of lowered housing inventory, report that Broward County, the median sales price of a single family home went from $500,000 to $540,000. Condo prices went from $240,000 to $269,000. Wow. Housing is getting expensive in South Florida, that's for sure. Another reason, and there was something else in this article I want to talk about because, and then I'll go on to the next Here, right here. This is the real epidemic that we're not paying attention to. A lot of people don't understand. Read this sentence. It says, how can prices still be high when January home sales have slowed? Okay, so it says, respectfully from sales in 2022, prices still remain high. Why? This is still maybe well be the result of the fact that there's less housing inventory. Absolutely. So if there's less inventory, you have more buyers who are willing to pay the price if they in fact need to move here, right? Sellers are motivated, buyers are motivated. Then it says sellers still are used to obtaining higher prices. That's absolutely correct. So they saw their neighbor's home sold last year for X amount. I mean, I would want X amount as well, right? Just be empathetic. And then here it is. For me, it's like cash buyers are purchasing homes regardless of the housing market factors. People are buying homes cash. If you had a pension, if you just saved up X amount of money, you're coming from out of state, you sold your house in New York, Michigan, etc., got a decent amount of money, now you can come down here and you can buy that home cash. Shouts out to the baby boomers. And even more love to the baby boomers that are helping out their younger counterparts, their millennials. Very, very important. I'm a big proponent of that. Like to put the next generation in the best position possible. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Okay, so this month we kind of went over branding. I didn't go too in depth with it. A lot of people aren't. Give me a call, man. I thought I was on mute. I need to take that call too. I'm just gonna leave it here. So we went over branding. I was saying the brand is you. It makes it a lot easier if your brand is you. What does that mean, Mike? Okay, it simply means a quick overview. Base it on your true values. Find out what your true values are. You know, integrity, freedom, success, etc. Those are like true love, empathy, support, service. Figure out, get 3 to 4 values and just stick to it. Okay, figure out what those values are. The second thing, and these are kind of like stairs, right? And then if you base it on your values, it'll prevent burnout. And then if you prevent burnout, then you'll be in alignment. What I call alignment is to be consistent. It needs to be consistent. Okay, so be consistent within your value. So if you prevent burnout, means that you'll be able to do it more and more. Like I can do this more and more because this show is actually based on a value. Like this show is not even about people who watch it, although I'm giving you great information, but the value of this for me is more so legacy. I'm doing this for my children, so they can say, okay, well, what was Mike doing? What was my dad doing then? This information's out there for them. Okay, so that's why I can be so consistent with it, because I'm really talking to them. And then if you can be consistent, then you become trustworthy. Because what is trustworthy? Another word for trustworthy, shout out to Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference, go check it out, is to be predictable. Okay, to be predictable. And that's it. But I think a lot of us, we get caught up in this part right here, the values part. Just take some time out. Take a couple hours out of the day. You can take an entire day and just go over what are my values? How can I self-validate? That's really what it is. Don't do it based on the market. Don't do it based on what your friends is doing, what the biggest mogul is doing. We can follow their steps and certain models, but your values have to be intrinsic. They have to come from you. Other than that, guys, I made it on time. I'll see you next week, man. Appreciate you.
A man reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while. maybe buy a timeshare somewhere. Rock bumware, beach chair, write a book each year. You can write yourself out of your blessings. Wreck your Lambo the first stages by driving too reckless. Time is too precious, these some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edge of ski on the slopes of life. Slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's a sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Looking at real estate, brother, I need to ask in price. Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach, but